Okay, so peep this. We see Anakin the Naboo fighter with R2. He sees everyone executing the mission to take back Naboo from the Separatists. Anakin pops up and says, "Wait for me." Anakin, being his hard-headed self, wanted to go even though he's no help to the fight. "You're a 2-year-old boy. Sit your butt down before I take off my belt," is what I would have said if I was Qui Gon. But instead, he just points at him and tells Anakin to stay in the cockpit. As the group walks to the door, it opens up and we see the coolest Sith of all time, Darth Maul. Yes, sir. They instantly realize they've come across a real nigga, and the guy in the front is startled. Hey, that black guy notices a big homie when he sees one. Real talk. We get a close-up of Maul looking as locked in and as intimidating as ever. Then Qui-Gon steps up to the plate with no hesitation, just like a goat should, and says, "We'll handle this." Padme and her group might as well have just started running, the way they quickly exited left, leaving the two Jedi alone. Padme said, "We'll take the long way," and the group follows. Then we see Obi Wan and Qui-Gon walk up on Darth Maul as he takes off his hood. Then we hear R2-D2 alerting Anakin of the droidekas rolling up. They open fire on the Naboo group, and Anakin tells R2 we have to do something, as he's eager to help out. Then we see Maul take out his lightsaber, so Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon does the same. Obi-Wan attacks first and swings at him mid-air while simultaneously jumping over Maul. Obi-Wan lands behind Maul and takes another swing at him, but Maul blocks it without even trying. Then we see Qui-Gon take another swing at Maul, but he ducks and weaves Qui-Gon's lightsaber. Now we see Maul start to attack Qui-Gon while still deflecting Obi-Wan's attacks. Obi-Wan completes his spin animation and swings at Maul, but he deflects it. Then Maul quickly deflects Qui-Gon's saber in the nick of time. Then Obi-Wan decides to do another animation, but it's a backspin this time. But it gets cancelled out when the cameraman switches angles to the Naboo group, still getting fired at by the droidekas. No shots are going through because of the droid's force fields. We hear R2 speak again, saying whatever he says. Somehow Anakin understands him and tells R2 he's trying to find the trigger. Anakin starts pressing random buttons, starting the Naboo fighter and getting ready to take off. Anakin finally finds the trigger and knocks off the droidekas. The Naboo group gets saved by a kid and keeps pushing. Like, a thank you would suffice, my nigga. Damn, but I underestimated little Annie. My boy is saving the hubs and the rest of the group. Okay, I see you. Wait, I might have spoken too soon, because Anakin doesn't know how to stop the ship from taking off into space or even take it out of autopilot. So he throws on his helmet before flying into space, getting ready for what's to come. But this video isn't about Anakin. So we get back to the Jedi and Sith fighting, getting a drone view from the cameraman, showing how Maul is executing a properly fought 2v1 lightsaber duel. Then we see Maul leap up and kick Qui-Gon, making him fall back while blocking Obi-Wan's lightsaber swing. Maul starts showing off hidden flips and stuff like he's in the gymnastics Olympics. Buddy, relax. You would have been fine just walking or running back to create some space. We see Maul use the force to throw an object at the door to open it up. As Maul is walking backwards, Obi-Wan walks up on him, twirling his lightsaber like he's him, even though he hasn't put in any work so far. But he hasn't done any damage and is trying to overfarm. If I was Qui-Gon and I seen that, I would have RKO'd Kenobi and fought Darth Maul myself. We see Maul hit the Donatello staff twirl and blocks Obi-Wan's lightsaber swing. Then Qui-Gon runs up swinging at Maul, but is also blocked. Then we see Maul Shawn Michaels kick Obi-Wan, knocking him to the ground. Maul jumps back as he fights Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan follows up, assisting his master. Then we see Maul run back a little, getting himself together, but he gets close to the edge. Now we get a standoff of Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan fakes at Maul, jumping at him like I used to do to my older brother, knowing I wasn't scaring anything. I don't know who he's faking at. Like, you didn't get nobody with that fake, buddy. You're jumping at nothing. I would have seen that if I was Maul and instantly force choked you. Cause who do you think I am? Qui-Gon swings at Maul, but he blocks it. Then backflips onto another platform to get more space. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon jumps at Maul on his tail. We see Maul still clutching this 2v1 perfectly, working these niggas. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan failed to even put a single scratch on this man. Then we see Maul block both the Jedi at the same time. Obi-Wan catches another kick to the face by Maul, making him fall down a few levels, losing orb. But it would have been cooked if his lightsaber didn't luckily fall right near him. He would have been out there trying to fight a Sith with his bare hands. No lightsaber. Finally, we see Qui-Gon land another hit on Maul, making him fall down a couple levels as well. Finally taking some of his aura. Next we see Qui-Gon drop down on Maul, but Darth Maul just kicks Qui-Gon in the mouth. This man can't be serious. Buddy, aren't you a Jedi Master? How could you not sense that coming? You done put fear on your face so many times. Even I could have predicted that. Not to mention, Maul's on the ground. It's not much options he could have done. Qui-Gon looking more sorry than Krillin trying to attack Super Boo. While Qui-Gon and Maul are going at it, Obi-Wan gets up, grabs his lightsaber, and just starts watching his master fight a Sith. Buddy, are you going to do something? I have a seat right here near me. If you wanted to watch the fight, you could have just asked. When I was genuinely watching this, I was thinking to myself, dang, that is a far ways up. Maybe he's genuinely trying to figure out a way to get up there fast and quickly. But no, he jumps up there casually like he wasn't just watching them box while taking a slight break catching his breath. You're not slick, Obi-Wan. We see you. Watching to see how well your master can actually fight. You're not slick. Right when Obi-Wan gets on the same level as Maul and Qui-Gon, he runs to get back in the fight. Then we see Maul and Qui-Gon go toe-to-toe boxing. Qui-Gon on the offensive while Maul is on the defensive. Qui-Gon tries to take off Maul's feet, but he jumps over the saber. Right as they are boxing, Maul gets some separation and unexpectedly sees the force field doors closing. We see Obi-Wan still trying to catch up and gets trapped in the doors as well. Now, everyone is catching their breath and taking a break. Before Maul takes a chill pill, he tries to swing at the door, but the lightsaber has no effect. Like, chill buddy, they're not going anywhere. You're gonna finish your fight. You're gonna get your ones. We see Qui-Gon kneel down, Obi-Wan standing, and Darth Maul pacing back and forth, not taking his eyes off his opponent. That man is locked in. Qui-Gon closes his eyes and starts to meditate on the force. We see Maul still locked in and Obi-Wan igniting his lightsaber in the back right before the doors open. Qui-Gon opens his eyes and gets up quickly, attacking Darth Maul, putting him on the defensive. Obi-Wan starts running in full flat to get back in the fight to help his master. Qui-Gon and Maul are fighting toe-to-toe. Right before Obi-Wan can make it out the force field doors, they close on him. All he can do is watch as his master and Maul continue to fight. Now we see Maul on the offensive, causing Qui-Gon to fight defensively, blocking Maul's saber swings. They have a little stare off, then get right back to fighting. The camera pans to Obi-Wan being forced to watch, looking just like us, spectating the fight. Then we see Qui-Gon swing at Maul, but he blocked it, pushing Qui-Gon's lightsaber up. Then Darth Maul hits Qui-Gon in the head with his lightsaber handle, dazing Qui-Gon just enough to knock him back, making Qui-Gon drop his guard. Sadly, we see Maul stab Qui Gon Jinn in the stomach, making him drop to his knees, killing one of the Jedi goats, ripped to a real one. The cameraman zooms on Qui Gon's face one last time as he falls to the ground. All we hear is Obi-Wan screaming in the background, "No!" Like Vader did when he heard Padme was dead. If you haven't seen my last video covering Anakin vs Obi-Wan fight on Mustafar, that means you're not subscribed. I suggest you subscribe. Maybe if Kenobi would have got to his master sooner instead of taking a breather break, he'd still be alive if you ain't gassing him up. We see Darth Maul in the cleanest pose, looking at Obi-Wan, knowing that he's him, locking in on the last Jedi standing in his way. Obi-Wan looks at his master's body, grits his teeth, takes a swallow, and locks in. Kenobi ain't angry enough for me. You looking at Maul like a stranger you see across the street or something. Forget all that Jedi stuff. I would have been using all my anger and emotion straight getting ready to crash out on that man. You would have seen it in my eyes. Doors open, Obi-Wan quickly rushes Maul. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. See, get on his ass. Don't even give him a second to think about breathing. Maul has too much aura to let anyone get him off balance. He deflects Obi-Wan's swings, does a little spin animation, another one of Obi-Wan's attacks. Maul blocks another Obi-Wan swing, then throws an attack of his own, but Obi-Wan ducks and weaves it. Obi-Wan does a clean block behind the head, stopping Maul from hitting him. Then Maul turns while swinging at Obi-Wan again, but Kenobi instantly blocks that too. Obi-Wan pushes Maul's saber blade down to the ground and attacks him, but is blocked by the other side of Maul's lightsaber. Maul gets on the offensive, causing Kenobi to be on the defensive, blocking Maul's attacks. Obi-Wan ducks and weaves Maul's saber swings again and starts to attack Maul. They are toe-to-toe, evenly attacking and blocking. Then they both hit a clean pose, boosting both of their aura counts. Now we see them start to box again. We see Obi-Wan slice Darth Maul's lightsaber in half and kicks him to the ground, finally landing on a hit on him. Okay, it's about time. Finally, putting in that work. Okay, I see you, Kenobi. Obi-Wan swings at Maul while he's on the ground as he jumps over him again. Maul blocks it and jumps onto his feet, running and turning to get some space. Then we see them trade hits again. Darth Maul kicks Obi-Wan in the head, but he backflips and lands on his feet, back into action. Darth Maul blocks a few saber swings by Obi-Wan, then jumps over his last saber swing. They get a second to catch their breath, but Maul is about to action, so he runs up on Obi-Wan, attacking him. They are toe-to-toe, traded saber blows once again. Maul weaves Kenobi's lightsaber swing. Obi-Wan is still on the offensive, trying to get back for Qui-Gon, so he does a powerful two-hand swing, but Maul blocks it, feeling the power and strength from Obi-Wan. Unfortunately for Obi-Wan, it's not strong enough, so Maul slightly overpowers him, gets Obi-Wan to slightly drop his guard, and then pushes him back with the force, sending him overboard. It almost sent Kenobi flying to his death, but he quickly grabs onto a random object, catching himself. We see Kenobi holding on for dear life. Maul walks up and kicks Obi-Wan's lightsaber off the edge, causing Obi-Wan to lose access to his lightsaber. That's definitely a WIQ play by Darth Maul, can't lie. Now we see Maul slice the ground, toying with Obi-Wan. Kenobi looks over and somehow sees his master's lightsaber. After Kenobi sees his master's lightsaber, he quickly comes up with a way to get out of the predicament he's currently in. The cameraman zooms in on Darth Maul's face as we see him quickly get angry, noticing Obi-Wan is thinking of a plan. Obi-Wan uses the force to get Qui-Gon's lightsaber over to him. Obi-Wan catches Qui-Gon's lightsaber mid-air as he jumps over Darth Maul. Obi-Wan lands while Maul just stands there for some reason. Kenobi slices Maul in half, defeating Darth Maul as he falls to his death. Obi-Wan quickly runs over to Qui-Gon and holds him. Qui Gon Jinn says it's too late for him. Obi-Wan shakes his head and says no, even though he's seen his master get stabbed in the stomach. I don't know why he's shaking his head no. It's a high lightsaber sword. He's cooked. Qui-Gon's dying words to Obi-Wan was for Kenobi to promise that he would train that boy, referring to Anakin Skywalker. Obi-Wan says yes, master. Then Qui-Gon tells Obi-Wan the boy is a chosen one, and he will bring balance to the Force. All in all, I think that was a great fight. Unfortunately, we don't get to see much of Qui Gon besides this movie, so it doesn't capture how much of a GOAT he actually is. I do like how we get to see a young Obi Wan added to his story and character development. I give the Naboo team a D- because they quickly left the Jedi and got saved by a kid because they couldn't beat droidekas. I mean, for them, I guess that's a challenge. I give little Annie a B for saving the Naboo team and his future wife. The Padme. I give Qui-Gon an A- for going toe-to-toe with a Sith after spending years of peace in the galaxy and not having to really fight any real lightsaber or force users that were threatening his life, but still banging out anyways and going toe-to-toe with him. I give Maul an A up until he let Kenobi slice him in half. Letting him slice him in half at that, like, was bro shocked that a Jedi Knight could, like, you know, get out of a situation or something? I don't know, but he did fight off 2 Jedi, smoking one and almost knocking off the other, but it almost only counts on horseshoes. Lastly, I gave Obi Wan an A+ for taking down the Sith after unfortunately letting his master die in the process.